At 82 years old, I've had plenty of time to reflect on life's twists and turns. But if I'm being completely honest with you, there's one choice that weighs heavier on my heart than all others: the day I agreed to move into a nursing home. My children meant well when they first brought it up. They talked about safety, about round-the-clock care, about all the ways it would make life easier for everyone. And at the time, worn down by the struggles of living alone, their arguments made sense. But what they didn't tell me, what none of us could have possibly understood at the time, was the true cost of that decision. Not in dollars and cents, but in all the precious things I would surrender without even realizing it. Let me share with you the 6 painful truths I discovered, lessons learned too late that might help you or someone you love make a more informed choice. But before we go further, help this channel to reach 1 million subscribers by hitting the like and subscribe button. Alright. This is where the story begins. 1. Losing my independence. The shock wasn't just about trading my comfortable home for a small, sterile room. It was the slow creeping realization that I had become a passenger in my own life. Suddenly, I needed permission for the simplest things: to step outside for fresh air, to stay up past 9 o'clock, even to choose what I wanted for dinner. I'll never forget the morning I reached automatically for my favorite book on the nightstand, only to remember it wasn't there. That's when it truly hit me: this wasn't my life anymore. I was living by someone else's schedule, following someone else's rules, in a place that would never feel like home. 2. Becoming invisible. At first, my family visited regularly. My daughter came every Sunday without fail, my grandchildren would pop by after school. But as the weeks turned into months, something subtle but devastating began to happen. Visits became shorter, more rushed. Then they started skipping weeks. Then months would go by. You find yourself sitting by the door, watching the clock, making excuses for them in your head. They're busy, you tell yourself. They have their own lives. But the painful truth is this: when you're no longer part of someone's daily world, you gradually fade from their thoughts. And that loneliness, it eats away at you in ways physical pain never could. 3. The slow death of purpose. In my own home, every day I had its small but meaningful rituals. The morning coffee I'd brew just how I liked it. The garden I tended with such care. The weekly grocery trips where I chat with familiar faces. In the nursing home, all those little purposes were taken from me. I remember meeting George, a retired carpenter who had built beautiful furniture his whole life. One afternoon, he held out his once strong hands to me, now just lying useless in his lap. "Tell me," he asked with tears in his eyes, "what am I now?" I had no answer for him. Because the truth was, I felt it too, that terrible erosion of self that comes when you are no longer needed for anything. 4. My body's betrayal. This was perhaps the most shocking lesson of all. When I moved in, I could walk unaided, dress myself, manage all my personal needs. But when you stop using your body the way you're meant to, when someone does everything for you, the decline comes shockingly fast. My neighbor Alice was proof enough. A vibrant woman who used to walk laps around the facility every morning, she went from cane to walker to wheelchair in what felt like no time at all. "It's like I aged 10 years in 10 months, she confessed to me one day. And she was absolutely right. The cruel irony? Places that are meant to care for our health often accelerate our decline in ways we never see coming. 6. The locked door. The greatest cruelty of all was this illusion of choice. "Try it for a few months," they'd said. "See how you like it." What they didn't tell me was how quickly options disappear. By the time I realized my mistake, my house had been sold to pay for my care. My strength had faded too much to live independently. My family had adjusted to life without me in their daily routines. The door I'd walked through so casually had locked firmly behind me, and no amount of regret could open it again. If my story teaches you anything, let it be this: your independence is more precious than gold. Once surrendered, you may never get it back. So hold on to your home, your routines, your ability to make choices, no matter how small, for as long as you possibly can. Because the things we give up for convenience or safety are often the very things that make life worth living. But ensure to support this channel to grow by hitting the like and subscribe button. Stay blessed.